Hey everyone, I'm Katrina, the owner of Kathiem Creations, Wreaths and Things, and I wanted to come on and do this video and show you guys how I do a burlap pancake fall wreath on a Dollar Tree wire wreath frame. This is what we're going to do today. I'm going to show you the sign. It says Welcome Fall. It is a beautiful sign, very nice pastel colors for fall. This is the Dollar Tree wire frame. It's the 14-inch wire frame. These are the ribbons that we're going to be using today. These are the ribbons we're going to be using today. This ribbon here has the pastel colors on it, and it has pumpkins on it. It's wired ribbon. All the ribbon I'm using is wired ribbon. This ribbon, if I'm not mistaken, came from Joann's. This ribbon came from Michael's. I think it's Michael's. And these two I ordered from different places that I order on my ribbon from online. So it could have been Deco Exchange. It could have been Rhonda's Creative Corner. It could have been either one of several places that I order quality ribbon from. So this has the nice florals, not quite pastel, but the darker version of the pastel to bring out the pastel. This has dark orange, light orange, and some burlap. And then this has all the colors in it. So we're going to put this to the side, put these over here to the side, out the way. And this is the burlap that we're using. This burlap you can get at Hobby Lobby. You can get it at Walmart. So it all depends on where you want to buy it at. You pick and choose and you purchase it. It comes in a roll like this. What I'm going to do is I'm trying to use up what's in my inventory. So what I'm trying to do is use up all of the ones that I had open before I open up a brand new one. Okay, so that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to move this out of the way. Matter of fact, let me see if I can get this ready to be attached. I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to cut off the little hanger here, the little burlap or twine rather hanger that it came with. I don't need that. And I'm going to go and get me some cable ties. I'll show you those. Hold on. I'm going to get me some cable ties. I should have had that out already. Of course, I would forget them, but they're right here. And these is what you use to attach your chenille stems to the back of your picture. Okay. This is what they look like. They come in white or black. They're called cable ties. That's what they look like. See, it's got holes all the way around. It has the sticky at the bottom. You just pull this film off and you just stick it to your whatever your picture is that you're attaching to your wreath frame. And I think I'm just going to do one on the top and one, on the bottom. I don't think I need 4. Normally I glue these down, so I may just go ahead and turn on my glue gun and glue them down as well. I like to have extra security to make sure it's going to be down tight. So let me reach down here and get my glue gun. Which I love. This is my favorite glue gun. It is the Roby cordless one. Love it, love it, love it. I don't have to worry about the plug or anything with this. You just put the battery on and turn it on, and it lasts for as long as you're making your wreath. It just shouldn't take you that long to make the wreath. So I'm gonna need some chenille stems as well, but I'm just gonna hold off. I'm just gonna put this to the side. Once the glue heats up, then I'll glue around all 4 corners to make sure this is attached to the frame very good, and then I'll put the chenille stems in, but this can wait. We're going to start cutting up some burlap and start making, because we're going to do a pancake style, right? So how we do a pancake style, like this is just burlap that was already open. I used for some other wreath, and I'm going to cut this in 20-inch strips. And you can use a rotary cutter or you can use scissors, whichever one you like. I'm going to try to even this end out. So I just evened that out. You see how even that is? So I evened that out. Okay. And I'm going to go to 20 inches. So I'm going to roll it over here. It's out of the camera view, but just know I'm at the end and I'm going to 20. And we're going to see if this is a good amount. I'm going to actually, let's see if I can get some Chanel stems. Let's see, they're over here on the other side. And I have to start buying some more Chanel stems. I'm trying not to buy anything right now. I'm trying to use up all my inventory, but I normally my Chanel stems will match the color that I'm working with. Like if I'm doing Christmas, it'll be whatever Christmas color, Easter, whatever Easter color, fall, whatever fall color. But I don't have any fall colors, but I do have this gold color. So we're just going to go with that. You're not going to see them, so it's not going to be a big deal. So we cut this into 20 inches long. And then we're just going to scrunch it up. Like, and what I'm going to show you is you get the bottom, which is facing you. You place your thumbs at the bottom. You take your fingers and you just pull the top part of this burlap to the bottom with your hand. So you place your thumb and you take your fingers and you just pull all of this burlap together. Right? And you got a cute little bow tie. You're going to give it a good twist down and then you're going to twist it onto the frame. So you get it in real good and you twist it. And then you put it onto your frame. How I put it on the frame, I'm going to go to the 2 inside rings of the frame and I'm just going to attach it. And there's no rhyme or reason, I just attach it. Flip it over and give it a twist. Now you can cut these Chanel stems in half. I don't like the fact that that is not matching, because when I put my sign up here, oh, you won't see it. You won't see it. Then if you do, we'll just have to scrunch it up. We'll have to see how this works. Okay. If we see it, then I'm going to have to go and buy some tan ones and then redo it all over again. But you will know what the concept is. No, I do like to match my stuff. So that may bother me. It may not bother you. So if it don't bother you, don't worry about it. So we're going to continue 20 inches and keep it going. See if we can get another 20 inches out of this. And we're right at 20 inches. Yep, perfect. So let's cut some more. Let's go to this one. We're going to cut a couple of them. We want to even this out. See, this is a little raggedy. So we want to even it out. And we go to the 20. We line it up and go to the 20. And we're going to do those the inside first before we do the outside. And this is really like a ruffle method, but we're making it flat. Okay, so it can be considered a pancake wreath because it's going to be less than 3 inches in depth. So that's going to be considered a pancake wreath. This is a wreath that you can put between your screen door and your front door. A lot of people have screens on their front doors, so they can't do the traditional wide wreath because it's got too much on it and it sticks out. This is a little more than 20 inches. Right where that crease is right at 20 inches. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do some of these. Pull some of these Chanel stems over. And I hope you guys can see and you got a good view. I'm just recording this to try to show you guys how you can make this easy burlap fall wreath for your front door. And you see, I just put my thumbs at the end and I just walk my hands up the burlap, pinch it. And when you first do this, and even I probably will do it, it may come out your hands. That's okay. You just redo it. Not a big deal. You try to have these Chanel stems as easy as possible. You give it a good twist. Nice and tight. You go to your next spot, go to those 2 inner rings, and you give it a good twist. You go to the next one. You put your thumbs down at the bottom, and then you just walk the burlap down into your thumbs. Pinch it close. Try to even out your Chanel stem underneath. When you get it, you push it down with your finger. So you're holding it with your finger. Your finger's right here. So you're holding it down so you can give it a good tight twist. And once again, you go and you turn it upside down and you give it a 1-2 twist. All right. So that's how it's looking so far. I may want to go to the outside first and then cover the outside with the inner ring. Yes. Let's change that. And this is just my brain working as I'm working. This is what happens when I'm making a wreath. My brain will be like, let's try it, then try it this way. And then once I start doing it, my brain changes. Like, no, let's do it this way. It makes more sense. So that's what we're doing now. We're just going to take it off from behind. You see me untwisting it. And I'm going to put it on the top 2 outer rings. Because we want it to be as flat as possible, but then be beautiful. So we're going to overlap this a little bit, right? So you got a little bit of overlap. Okay, because you don't want to see your frame underneath it, right? So I'm attaching it to the 2 outer rings now. Because then when we go to the inner rings, it'll lay flat on top of these. See what I'm saying? Now my brain is clicked in. It's like, no, you want the inside to be flat. So that's what my brain is doing. It corrected me. And sometimes when you're being creative, that happens. So if it happens, that's okay. Take it loose, right? And do exactly what your brain tells you to do, because it's telling you to do it for a reason. It's knowing that, okay, it's going to come out better if you do it this way. So I guess I'm going to go with 3 to a section. That's what it seems like. Okay, let me spread it out evenly. Okay. This is up against the bar. This is in the middle. And this is up against the bar. Okay. So, seems like it's going to be 3 per section then. Or really 1, 2, I got to do 3 here. We're going to see. We're going to see. Let's play with it. Let's play with it. I'm normally doing this style with burlap, with poly deco mesh, not burlap. So this is really kind of like my first time doing it with burlap. This style anyway, pancake on the Dollar Tree reframe. I just felt like playing around with you guys today on the video and showing you guys. So we're just going to pull it nice and tight and we give it a good twist. We're going to go to the outer, we're going to flip it over, go to the outer 2 rings. Make sure it's tight and give it a couple of twists. Like I said, we're just seeing how this is going to work. I think it's going to be beautiful. This is my brain working. I will be up to 3 o'clock in the morning making wreaths like this because my brain is just like, that's going to be beautiful. Let's make that. You know, my brain remembered the sign that I had. I knew I had some burlap. I was like, yeah, let's do that. And just like we was in the beginning, was putting it one way, my brain corrected me and said, no, we need to do it this way. That's just my creative brain at work. And we're just going to overlap that on top of the last one. And we're going to pull it in tight. Don't pull it in too tight. You don't want to break the ring, okay? You don't want to break the ring. So you don't want to pull it in too tight. Like you don't want to break, you pull it in too tight and you may break these, okay? So just give it a little tension and that's it. Okay. We're holding it down with our thumbs and we're working the burlap back to our thumbs with our fingers. Try to stay in the middle as best as possible. It doesn't have to be perfect. Try to even out your chenille stems from behind. You press it in with your finger and then give it a good twist. This is my camera cord that's in the way. I'm turning it over. I'm going to the outer 2 rings and I'm attaching this. The outer 2 rings and I'm giving it a little tension, not too much because I don't want to break it, okay? So that's how it's looking going all the way around. And this is just the 2 outer rings. We got to do the inner rings. So, and that's coming up to be, once you do the 3 in the center, you know, whichever way you start, then you go 2, 2 all the way around. So, oh, another thing when you work with burlap, it has fibers. So if you're not used to it, wear a face mask because it does give up fibers and you do breathe in those fibers. I'm used to it. I can feel myself getting a little congested, but I'm used to it. It don't bother me that much. When I first started doing it, it bothered me a lot. I had to wear a face mask. But since I was around it so much, I've been around it so much, it don't really bother me enough where it bothers me. I just feel a little bit of the fibers getting into my system, but it's okay. But if this is something, you have asthma, you have, you know, funny lungs and, you know, any little thing gonna cause your asthma or, you know, your allergies to act up, go ahead and wear a face mask when you're dealing with the burlap. Okay, we're pushing it in real tight, giving it a good twist. And then we go into the wreath frame. Remember, we putting on the 2 outer rings, giving it a little tension, not too much. Like I said, we holding the bottom with our thumbs. We're walking the burlap to our thumbs, pinching it in the center, putting a chenille stem on that center, pulling it around to the back. Try to even it up as much as possible. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. And then we pull it in nice and tight and give it a good twist. And you see, this is going fairly fast. I mean, once you cut it, you just pull it around to the back, the 2 outermost rings, and then you just attach it. And like I said, you just give it enough tension where it doesn't really move around on your ring. I'm going to move this wire. This wire is really getting on my nerves, so I know I need to move it. So there you go. It's out of the way. There you go. Gonna have to cut some more, obviously. I just wanted to get those 2 ones cut there. So we're gonna continue. We're scrunching this up with our hands. Pull that out a little bit. Use a chenille stem. Pull it tight. And then give it a good twist. Flip your wreath frame over. Go to the 2 outer rings. And then twist your burlap onto the frame. You do it twice or 3 times. And that's just pretty right there. Just how it is. See how pretty that is? See how flat it is? And that's what we're going for. We want the flat look. See how flat that is? It's very flat. Okay. Pull it in tight, and then you give it a good twist. Turn it over. Go to the 2 outer rings. Lay it flat. Give it a little tension on those rings and give it a good twist. 1, 2, or 3 times. So now we need 1, 2, 3. We need 3 more for the outer ring. That should be enough. So let's cut 3 more for the outer ring. We're going to even this one up. This is a new half piece. So you see it's all jagged here. And we just evened it up. We're going to do the 20 inches again. I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to have it roll out this way. 20 inches. Well, I'm just going to cut the rest of this just to get it cut up. Okay, this is not enough to do anything with, so we're not really worrying about that. Go ahead and finish this outer layer. Once again, you holding that bottom of the burlap with your thumb, and then you just pushing the rest of the burlap into your thumbs with your hands, with your fingers rather. Pull a chenille stem over it. Try to get in the middle as much as possible. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. Give it a good twist. And if it falls out, like I said, if it falls out, just do it all over again. Don't get frustrated. I used to get really frustrated. Don't get frustrated. Just do it all over again. It's okay. It's art. It's no rush. We're not rushing here. Nobody's timing you. This is not a test. You're not getting graded on how fast you're making a wreath, okay? Like I said, you put your thumbs at the bottom, and then you just walk the burlap down to your thumbs with your fingers. Your fingers is walking up the burlap, and it's pushing it down to where your thumbs are. You hold it in the middle. Put the chenille stem on around. You pull it tight. Make sure you got it tight across the top, and you give it a good twist. Once again, flip it over. You go to those outer 2 rings, and then you give it a little tension, and you give it 1, 2, 3 twists. We got another one to add. One more to add to that outer row. And you want to make sure you have this finger on the top holding the burlap down, okay, once you scrunched it. Because if you don't, then it'll come up from the middle. So if you keep your hand pressing on the top, it keeps it from popping out the middle. See, that just popped up because I released it. So if that happens, look, we just do it over. Don't get stressed out. Just do it over. You just pull it back in. Do it over. It's not a problem. Don't get stressed out. Don't get upset. No need to do any of those. Bring it nice and tight, and you give it a good twist. You flip it over. Go to the 2 outer rings. Give it a little tension, pull it in, and then give it a couple of twists. And there you go. Our outer ring is done. I'm just going to move these out of the way because we're going to have to put some on the inner ring. So I'm just going to move these outer ones out of this outer Chanel stems out of the way. So that's how it look on the back. Nice and neat. Chanel stems. And this is how it look on the top. Now, at this point, in actuality, that's it. That's all you need. That's gorgeous. Goodness gracious. I don't know. Do I need anything else? Oof. I mean, I could just put my ribbon up here and be done. But I think I'm going to go in and put a couple around the middle. Because I like that. That's just gorgeous like that. I don't really think we need anything. We don't need anything in the middle because it's just a waste. You're not going to see it. So this is how my brain is working. Look at your wreath. Figure it out. I thought I would have to do it in the inner two rings. I don't. This sign covers up everything. Look at that. You do not see that inner ring at all. Then when you look at the back, look at the back. There's no need to do the inner ring because you're not going to see it at all. You're not going to see it at all. So we're not going to do that. But I am going to add ribbon to this. But I'm going to take my glue and go around my cable mounts. Okay? Just to make sure this is secure. I pushed it down really good. Now I'm going to take my glue so this can dry up a little bit before I'm actually pulling my Chanel stems through it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just doing the edges. Don't go over the holes because you want your Chanel stem to go through it. I'm just going along the edges. I'm just going along the edges. That's all I'm doing. All right, I want it to be flat. We're finished with this because we're not doing any more. All right, put this over here. Let's pull out some ribbon. Now, we can actually bring those Chanel stems to the front and use those Chanel stems that's already up there as ties for your ribbon. Let's see how that would work. Let's see if we're going to do that or not. We're going to bring it where the opening is. Close it back up. We're going to bring this in where the opening is. Through the frame. Okay. I'm going to close that back up. And now we have, and I'm just playing around with this. This is not something I did before. I'm just playing around with you guys today. This right here is the Chanel stems from the back. Okay. So now that we have that, I want to see how much ribbon I need to cut. I think that length right there would be good because I don't want it to hang too far out from the reframe. So that's about 9 inches. So we're going to cut some ribbon 9 inches. So let's cut this one. I want to see how it looks first. So we're going to cut one of these and let's say this one. Or maybe I will go, that and that goes together and this go together. And one of these. Now, I don't even know if I have enough of this ribbon here. I may have another roll and I may not. Like I said, I'm trying to use up what's in my inventory. So we've cut this ribbon, these 2 pieces of ribbon, we put them on top of each other. See, they're the same length. So now we're going to dovetail them. I'm going to pull them apart because one is the 1.5 in width and the other one is 2.5 in width. So you're not going to be able to cut them really well if you put them on top of it. At least I don't like how it comes out because it could move. So I don't like that. So I I just fold over the ribbon, the folded part to the wire part, and you cut on a diagonal. So you go from you fold it and you go from the folded part to the wire part, and you cut on a diagonal, and you get the dovetail. Okay. You do the same thing with the other ribbon. You fold it over on itself, and you cut from the folded part to the wire end on a diagonal. Do it again on the opposite side. Fold it on itself. Cut from the folded part to the wired part on a diagonal. Once you do that, you just put them on top of each other as even as possible. Fold it over on itself, where you can kind of get it even again as well. I like to pinch it where it's just about even or even. Pinch it together, make like a little bow tie. And then I'm going to take that chenille stem and I'm going to go right in the middle of this chenille stem. And I twist it about 3 times to hold down that ribbon. And I like to do it on a diagonal. The only thing about this is not burlap, so that's bothering me. When you put it here, you're going to see that gold. And I don't want to see that gold. But we're going to put this together and just know I will go and I will change the chenille stems. I have to do it all over again, which, as you can see, didn't take me long to put it together anyway, so it's not a big deal. But I don't have my burlap color chenille stems. They are a Hobby Lobby. Like I said, I was trying not to buy things, but these chenille stems show. So I really do need the same color chenille stems. And a lot of designs, the chenille stems will not show, especially if it's not a flat style wreath. Being that it's a flat style wreath, you see what's holding the burlap together. That's fine. All I got to do is change it. I already have the style. I am good. I don't have a problem with doing it. It will take me no time to do it. But I am going to go through and do everything and finish it up for you so you can see what it looks like. And then I probably will change it to the burlap stems before I sell it. I definitely will do that. But I'm just going to go through and show you how it looks. So this is the bluish dried. So we take the chenille stems, you take one and you go through one hole, come out the opposite side. There you go. And you pull it even and you give it a twist. And you use these ends to tie it to your frame. So once again, you pull it through the holes. Try to get it as even as possible. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. Give it a twist. And this is what you use to attach the sign to your frame. So we're going to go with, how many do we have here? We got, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we got to have 6 more. So let's go ahead and cut 5 more of these, which I hope I have enough. I may not. I'm just cutting the ribbon. I know I'm a little off camera because the way I have my camera situated. Normally when I do my videos, you have the overhead view. Today I just wanted to do something quick with you guys. And no, I do not have enough. I have to see if I can go find some more of this ribbon or find something that's adequate to match this style ribbon. So that's a little bit over. So I needed 2 more cuts. So that's finished, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut this. We need 5 more of this one. And when that happens, we're just gonna try to see if we can find a ribbon that's adequate or the same ribbon. I may have to go buy that ribbon. I think that ribbon is at Hobby Lobby, I think. So I can actually go purchase that ribbon at Hobby Lobby. 3, 4, 5. We got to do two more cuts of this one. And that's perfectly fine now because I'm going to be redoing it anyway with the burlap chenille stems. So I'm just going to go ahead and dovetail them. And you just fold it over on itself. You cut from the folded end to your wired end. So you fold it over on itself. You cut from the folded end. No, that's cutting the wrong way. You got to do the outer side showing. So you cut from the folded end to the wired end. Fold it in to the wired end. Fold it in to the wire end on a diagonal. Fold it in to a wire end on a diagonal. Fold it over on each other. Fold it in to the wired end. Once again, fold it in to the wire end to get this beautiful finish of having a dovetail. Okay, so we've done this. Oh, we got one more. So this is done with this one. So I gotta move on to the next one. This is done. This ribbon is done. You have to find some more of this ribbon. We're gonna go ahead and dovetail. And we cut from the folded end to the wired end. Fold it in to the wired end. Fold it all over on itself. Cut from the folded end to the wired end. Fold it over on itself. Fold it in to the wired end. Fold it into the wire. And you also can layer this as well. You could have put the rest, probably all three of these together, folded it over and cut them all together. For training purposes, I'm just showing you guys one by one. So we got one here, and then one here. And then we got the last two. We got to see if we can find that ribbon. Like I said, I think that ribbon is at actually Hobby Lobby. So it'll be something I run by and go get tomorrow, along with the burlap color or tan color chenille stems. All right, let's use this. And I like using the darker colors as well because that just brings out the light pastel colors in the sign. So some people are like, why you? Because it just brings out the darker ribbon, brings out the light pastel colors. That's just me. That's just how my brain works. Once again, I'm doubling the ribbon. I'm laying them on top of each other and I'm cutting. So I can only have to do this 6 times because I'm cutting both ribbon at the same time. And we need 6 cuts. So I'm laying the ribbon on top of each other. Matter of fact, I'm going to go a little further out so we can make like 3 cuts at a time. So we go to 24. We actually want to go out to 24. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So we're 18 to 24. That's 6 inches, right? Are we going to do a 9 inches? I'm sorry. So it's 9, 18, 27. Okay. Trying to get my math together. Here we go. If we want to do it, cut it 3 times, right? Go to 9. 9 times 2 is 18. 18 times 3 is 27. So we go 18. And then we go 9. And this is 9. Make sure the ribbon is even lined up to each other. And we give it a cut. And that right there is 4. We got to cut 2 more. So we're going to go out to 18. Line them up. Line the ribbon up on top of each other. Come down to 9. And then we're going to do a 9-inch cut. Make sure they're even. It's such a pretty fall ribbon. All right, we're done with this. Put that out the way. And we're just, since these are the same size and same kind of thickness and ribbon, we're just going to fold them over on each other and dovetail them all at the same time, two at a time. Cut from the folded end to the wired end. Line them up together at this end, and you fold it over on itself, and you cut from the folded end to the wired end. Line them up, fold it over on themselves, cut from the folded end to the wired end. Do the same thing on the other side, line it up, fold it over, cut from the folded end to the wired end. You get your dovetail on both of them. See, both of them got dovetail. Let me show you. Both of them have dovetail, and that's what you're going for. And we want to go every other. So we got this, we putting this ribbon on top of this. Then when we cut this one, we're going to do the same thing. Fold it over on each other. Cut from the folded end to the wired. Fold it over. Cut from the folded end to the wired on a diagonal. Lay it down. Put this here. Line them up. Fold it over. Cut from the folded end to the wired end on a diagonal. Line it up. Cut from the folded end to the wired end on a diagonal. Lay this on top. Line it up. Cut from the folded end to the wired on a diagonal. Fold the ribbon over on itself. Cut from the folded end to the wired end on a diagonal. One last time. Line the ribbon up. Fold it over. Cut from the folded end to the wired end. Do it on the opposite side. Line it up. Fold it over. Cut from the folded end to the wired end. And all of your ribbon is done. Remember, I just got to find that ribbon. So it's 2 spots that's going to be missing. So we have to go in and we have to bring the chenille stem from the bottom up to the top. I'm not going to twist it real tight and secure it because I have to have the khaki color or tan color chenille stems for this actual one. But I'm going to show you guys how it's going to turn out. And what I'm doing is I'm going in between where the burlap meets, bringing a chenille stem from the bottom, giving a little twist at the top. I'm folding these two pieces of ribbon on top of each other, even it out. Then I'm folding it again and even it out again. Give it a little pinch. That's where the middle is. Give it a little bow tie look, and then I'm going to push it down in that chenille stem and give it a 1-2 twist. And then I'm going to separate them on a diagonal. Like I said, I don't need this ribbon to be long because I still want you to see my burlap. I may go every other. Let's try every other. Pull this out because my brain is working. This is how my brain works. I thought we had to do every one, but it's so close. We can do every other and it still look great. Okay. So we're not going to worry about that. We're going to go to this next one right here. You're going to find where the split is in the burlap, which is right here. So we go underneath. We bring the chenille stem in between the wire and that split. Go on the other side, bring the other side of the chenille stem through that split, close the split back up, right? Close it back up. And then I just give it a nice little twist So we have something for the ribbon to fit into. We keep it pinched. It was pinched already. Put that in there, push it down, give it a 1-2 twist. And then we just open it up on a diagonal. We skip one, go to the next. We find where that split is. We bring the chenille stem, one of the chenille stems in between that split on one side. And then we bring the chenille stem through the split on the other side. Just take your time. You'll find it. Close it up. Give it a little twist. Take this. Even them up. Fold them over again where they even again or close to even. It don't have to be perfect. Find the center, scrunch it, put it down in your chenille stem, give it a good push down, and give it a good 1-2 twist, maybe even 3. Okay? It all depends on what you like. And then I just do a diagonal. And I think this is enough. You don't have to go any closer than this. You really don't. We're going to skip one. We're going to go to that one. Because once we put the sign here, yeah, that's good. If I could find little baby pumpkins, I'll put them in between. If I could find little baby pumpkins or some, you see, I think these are called hazelnuts. You can't see the sign very well, but these are hazelnuts and pumpkins. So if I find some little hazelnuts and I think I have some little ones, I may add those in. And if I have tiny pumpkins, I may add them in as well. But I'm glad I'm able to show you guys my thinking, because I want y'all to know that if you have to change things and pivot midway of your design, it is absolutely okay to do that. That's just your brain being creative. And that's what it's supposed to do when you have a creative mind. It can change things, especially if it thinks something would be better if you did it a different way. So we're going to give this like a little twist. I'm going to line the ribbon up, fold it up where it's lined up again, give it a little crease, and then we pinch it, cinch it in the middle. Got our little bow tie. We put this into that open chenille and we give it a 1-2 twist. We open up the ribbon. If it looks a little short on one side, you just pull it through to even it out. And I just like mine to be on a diagonal. I don't like things to be even and lined up. So I like diagonals. That's just me. You don't have to do it that way. That's just me. And I'm just going to tuck these chenille stems down because I am going to go and get the burlap color chenille stem so it blends in. You do not see that contrast of that gold. I don't want you to see that. I want it to be blended in. But I'm just going to lay it flat down for right now until I can change it. Okay, so we're going to skip that one. Go to the next one. And like I said, you find the opening, which is right here. You get the chenille stem. You pull one end through. You find the opening on the other side. Pull that one through. Close up the holes. Give it a good twist. You want this one right here. Like I said, you line up the ribbon. You fold it over to line it up for a second time. You give it a little crease. Pinch it in the center. Go to that chenille stem, push it down in that chenille stem, and you give it a 1-2 twist. And then you just Run your hands under it, get you that little arch, and then you start separating the ribbon. Okay. We skip one and we go to the next one, which is this one right here. We find the opening, which is here. We come in between the bars underneath that opening, close it up. We look for the other opening on the other side, which is right there, through the bars once again, underneath. We give it a little twist because we want the chenille stem to be facing like this to hold the ribbon down. You take the ribbon that you have, line them up once, then fold it over and line them up again. Pinch it where that line is because that's the center. Push this down into the chenille stem and give it a 1-2 twist. Then you just spread your ribbon out. Now, you don't have to spread your ribbon out like I do. You can keep like the plaid ribbon both on this side, the flower ribbon both on the other side. You can fluff out your ribbon any which way you want to. I just like to have the contrast in the color the back and forth. Now, this is going to end where these two are next to each other. It's just going to have to do that. It's going to have to do that because it's an odd number. So let me see how many I have. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, we have 13. So it's an odd number. So it's going to end like that. No big deal. You line this up. Line it up again. Pinch in the center. Make a bow tie. Oh, I forgot to pull a chenille stem through. Ha ha. All right. Let's do that. Let's do this one. Got to get the chenille stem ready first before the bow. Okay. Before the ribbon. Find the opening. Come through again. Close up the opening. Give it a 1-2 twist. Push this down. Now, if you don't want it to match up like this, then what we can do is we can add another cluster in to do an even number. It'll be tighter, which is fine. If that won't hurt, right? It won't hurt. And that way you'll have, right? Now, this is our first time doing this. We know we can't do an even number, right? Because our ribbon is going to match up, but we don't want our ribbon to match up. It's not like it looks bad. It don't look bad at all, but we don't want the ribbon to match up. At least I know I don't. So I probably will be adding one in. But look how pretty that is. I know my lighting sucks the way the lighting is in here. Matter of fact, let me see if I can put this other lighting on for you guys so you guys can see. And I'm sorry I didn't think about this earlier. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. And we're going to pull it off, but then we're going to, there you go. All right, so that's me messing around with my little light. Maybe you guys can see it better now. I should have thought about this earlier. Look how pretty that is. Now I'm going to attach it to the frame. I'm not going to attach it to the frame because I'm going to take it all off. But this is what is nice and flat. This is a simple fall wreath. It says welcome fall. Anybody can do this. See how flat that is? Less than probably 2 inches, really. Yep, so about right at 2 inches. Can fit in your storm door. Just burlap and ribbon. Now, if you want to put little pumpkins, little, I think those acorns or whatever they are, you can hazelnut acorns, whatever they are. You can add them if you have little tiny ones. I think I do have it in my stash, so I may do that or may not. I like it simple the way it is, so I may just do it that way. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish with this video here. And when I finish with this wreath, I'll definitely post a video so you guys can see the final product. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me. Bye.